Hey everyone, Shabby Gamer here and welcome back to another episode of SWE Octane. We are on our final two episodes before we get towards Shabby Mania next weekend. It's all going down here in Bakersfield. Where is it? Bakersfield in California? I've got no idea. Looks like we are going to start tonight's show then with Adam Cole, baby. Now Adam Cole will be part of, no he won't. No, I take it back. Adam Cole will not be part of our main event this evening. Our main event this evening is massive though. It is Kenny Omega and Finn Balor taking on AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes in a tag team tornado match. So that's the two matches essentially from Shabby Mania. AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega and Finn Balor versus Cody Rhodes for the Octane Championship. So the interesting thing about that is going to be how the two teams work together, to be honest with you. Cody and AJ can't see eye to eye because of what's happened in the past, and of course with Cody winning that match to take the leadership of Bullet Club and then AJ refusing to join Bullet Club afterwards, it can't be the best situation for those two guys, but still, they know if they need to win this match, they need to work together. That's the same with both AJ Styles, both Finn Balor and Kenny Omega, two guys who have wrestled in the past before against each other. But it's going to be looking pretty good. Either way, let's get Adam Cole a microphone and see exactly what he's got to say here this evening. Now it's about time that I address my real reason for coming back. Now I did mention it in the promo when I returned, and I think I need to follow in the footsteps by AJ Styles last week. At Shabby Mania, I want to finally get my retribution against Marty Scurll, the man who forcefully removed me from the Bullet Club stable before I joined WWE. Marty, I want retribution, and I don't want to just take away your profile. I don't want to just take away your momentum. I want to take away the thing that's the most dear to you at the moment, and that of course is your European Championship. So at Shabby Mania, I'm challenging you, Marty Scurll, one-on-one for the European Championship. And here is our opening match of the evening. It is going to be Bushi taking on Kushida one-on-one. Another chance to showcase some of our best junior heavyweights here on the roster. I forgot what I was going to say then. It came out at the end. It came out in the end, at least. So I quite like Bushi on this. He was a sort of an afterthought, really. He was just part of the LIG stable, which is why I put him in the game for this roster. However, as time's gone on, I've really started to appreciate him on this game. A lot of it due to his entrance and attire. Just this, he looks so cool. You'll see him now with the lit up red eyes. How cool does he look? He looks so scary as well. He looks so freaky. I definitely feel that that Bushi is going to be part of our Carnage universe when we get around to that, because that'll be after the World Cup. But yeah, he's pretty damn cool, isn't he, old Bushi, in this? And one-on-one against Kushida is not going to be an easy match, because Kushida was part of a triple threat last week and came out victorious against both El Generico and Hiromu Takahashi. So it'll be interesting to see what happens here this evening, whether Bushi can defeat Kushida. If he does, then he'll have to force his way into William Regal's plans for Shabby Mania. Of course, Regal does have something big planned for the junior heavyweights. Then again, if Kushida comes out on top once again, then he's just going to enforce his position in that junior heavyweight division as one of the top challengers to Prince Puma for that championship. I do apologise if I sound a bit funny today. I've got really bad hay fever at the moment. Terrible hay fever at the moment. It's the weather apparently. This weekend has been really, really bad for hay fever sufferers, me being one of them. And it's it hit me bloody hard this weekend. I thought I got a cold when I woke up this morning, but yeah, it's horrible. Bloody horrible. And then I've spent about 6 hours today playing Pokemon Go. As you do. I've really got back into that the last sort of 4 weeks ago. I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Go. I got myself part of a raid group and we're just doing like constant. I did 6 raids today on Pokemon Go. It's crazy. There he is, old Bushi. It's a really good core Bushi actually. We've struggled in the previous years to get a good core Bushi, but I think as New Japan improves and increases in its appeal across the rest of the world, not just Japan, a lot of people are actually creating these sort of cores, which is why we're getting really good ones now. We've got, of course, this really good Kushida. Last year's game there was no good Kushidas at all. We got pretty good Okada, Tanahashi's fantastic. Of course, Nakamura being on the game now helps as well. Suzuki's very, very good. Yeah, there's some really cool stuff going on at the moment. Really cool stuff. So, can Kushida continue his winning streak going on? Of course, big matches here this evening. As I let slip on yesterday's episode, we are going to have a massive main event here for you this evening as Kenny Omega teams up with Finn Balor to take on AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes. It's been massive. Of course, we already know that we're going to see AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega at Shabby Mania. And we're also going to see Finn Balor versus Cody Rhodes at Shabby Mania for the Octane Championship. And based on our opening promo here this evening, it looks like Marty Scurll versus Adam Cole for the European Championship will go ahead as well. We know we've got Naito versus Aleister Black in a grudge match. Possibly last man standing. We have this tag team match coming up for you this evening, which could very much be very important in the tag team division. Of course, between the Club and Sheamus and Cesaro. We are going to have a big match at Shamania for the women's division as well. Now, William Regal is planning something. William Regal currently is planning the junior heavyweight and the women's division at this point in time. We are going to find out exactly what he has planned in our next episode, which will be a midweek episode for a change. We've not had a midweek episode in a long time, but we should have an episode for you on Wednesday, which should lead us nicely into Double Shabby Mania for next weekend. Which then gives me a full week. Wow, I've just realised that just talking about the schedule now just makes me realise how close it is to my actual moving date. The World Cup of Wrestling will start on the day that I move into my new house. Which is pretty good. I've had my my date at my house moved back a week, which is annoying, but at the same time works out really well. It does also mean that I will be able to have my internet a week earlier than what I planned, so it does mean that we're not going to be without videos for as long, which is good. Because I'm hyped for this World Cup, you know. Really am hyped for this World Cup. It's going to be awesome. It's about 30 odd episodes I think I planned it out at. All the group matches. It's going to be very much like the real World Cup. We have group matches. Everyone in the group faces off against each other. Then we're going to have yeah, the top two from each group go through, then a knockouts from there on, and also a third place playoff, and then of course a way to crown the winners of the World Cup as well. I want to do more of them sort of things, do more tournaments and stuff like that. I think it's really cool. I like doing the universes, but I think in between each universe we should be able to do a tournament. So if we do finish off Octane, do the World Cup, then do Carnage, then maybe do a King of the Cruiserweight, and then maybe do Mayhem, and then do a King of Wrestling, then do Throwdown, then do Queen of Wrestling maybe, then do something else, then do a tag team tournament. There's some really cool stuff we could do. King of Trios could work very well now. With Tornado 6-man tag working, King of Trios could be a very interesting one actually. Nice there by Bushi on Kushida, dropping him neck first across that top rope. And like I said, this is a very important match for Bushi. Kushida, that massive win last week, you would assume that he would be involved in that Junior Heavyweight Championship match at Shabby Mania, no matter what happens here this evening. But Bushi is really fighting for his chance, and Bushi with the green miss, but then Kushida catches him with the clothesline. Kushida now bringing Bushi back up to a knee. Kushida pretty happy with his work, but needs to pay full attention to Bushi. He takes him down with a couple of forearms, ducking the clothesline into a Pele kick. Kushida bringing Bushi back up into that cross armbar. The submission locked in. Is Bushi going to tap? Live to fight another day, maybe? No, Bushi's just about holding on, but we know this is a prelude, creating some damage, ready for a potential Kimura lock. But he might not get the opportunity. There's Bushi hitting him with a code breaker straight into the pin. And Evil has the referee distracted. Terrible timing though for Bushi. who just hit a big move, went for the pin. Now Kushida turns it around. Evil could not be happy with himself there. He's really been counterproductive there. Now locked in the Kimura lock on the same arm. He just hit the armbar on. This could be enough to make Bushi tap out, and he does. And Kushida picks up the victory. Great win there for Kushida, and surely that is going to guarantee him a spot at Shabby Mania no matter what in a Junior Heavyweight Championship match. But what will that match be? That's what we need to find out. I might try and push Regal to have Bushi as part of that match, because I really like Bushi. He's really grown on me in this universe mode. I wasn't a massive fan to start off with. He was just a part of the stable, but now I tell you what, I'm actually quite hyped to potentially see Bushi in there. And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be a tag team match between Balor Clubs, Sheamus and Cesaro, and the Clubs, Gallows and Anderson. Which is pretty cool. Like I said, this is not going to be the be-all or end-all, but I feel like this should be part of deciding who might take on the Young Bucks at Shabby Mania for the Tag Team Championships. The Young Bucks, of course, held those belts now the entire universe mode. However, I don't feel like the Club should get an opportunity. The Club did have an opportunity at Ascension, of course. Did they have an opportunity? Yeah, the Club did have an opportunity at Ascension and lost that match. I wonder whether we should just give Sheamus and Cesaro the match anyway, just or the fact that the Club's already had an opportunity and missed it. You know, it just seems like a bit of a bit more sense, doesn't it, really? Rather than messing around and giving the Club another chance. But then again, if they win this match, do they put themselves back in the picture? I don't know, to be honest. I don't honestly know. I've got no idea what's going on as time goes on. I'm sure we'll figure something out. But this should be a pretty interesting match. Good style mixture, I think. Some very, very strong competitors in this match. They buggered up the entrance in this again. They bloody have, haven't they? Why? Oh, I think I know why. It's because I changed Cesaro's attire to have that bet on the back, and I bet if he does that, I bet he doesn't take it off. Oh, bloody game. Why make special secret hidden entrances and not tell anyone about it? That's just a bugger, that is, isn't it? That's a real bugger. That's a real bugger. Yeah, this should be pretty good. I'm looking forward to this one, to be honest with you. Two, like I said, very, very strong teams. Of course, Gallows and Anderson didn't do that well at Ascension against the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks sort of, well, aced it, really, didn't they? They really hammered them, to be honest. So this is a pretty interesting match, to be honest. If Gallows and Anderson can pick up a victory here, would that put them in more of a good stead, potentially, or what? I've got no idea. But either way, the bell goes and we are underway. And the match just split into two halves. We've got Sheamus inside the ring with Carl Anderson. Carl Anderson is actually a very, very good wrestler. A lot of people don't really give him a lot of... they give him a lot of credit for how good he actually is. But he is a fantastic wrestler, in fairness to him. But then again, so I'm not Sheamus' biggest fan, I must admit. I'm not Sheamus' biggest fan. I'm a big fan of Cesaro, but for me, Sheamus is probably a little bit over the top. But I'm happy enough with well, either will win this match, to be honest. And the moment it's looking like the club because they're in dominance. And then all of a sudden it turns around. Nice bit of commentator's curse there for you. Nice running dropkick there by Carl Anderson, but Sheamus still controlling Luke Gallows. Sheamus now taking Gallows up on his shoulders, dropping him face first across that top rope. But Luke Gallows fighting back, just pushing the foot. Sheamus out the way, dropping him face first. Wow. A boot in the back of the head as well there by Gallows. And it is so back and forth, this match. It really is. And that's the really good thing about this. Is both these teams are fantastic. Like I said, they're both quite even teams. And there is going to be a lot of back and forth in this one. Cesaro sending Gallows into the barricade. Big uppercut. And now Cesaro looking for the swing. Oh my god, straight into the barricade as well. That's crazy. And Sheamus now controlling Gallows on the inside, but take it back once again. Commentator's curse. As the club now in full control. As you do. Gallows now stalking Sheamus while Anderson has Cesaro locked in. Gallows dropping Sheamus just with a double-handed choke slam. Cesaro fighting back though and breaking up the pin. Cesaro fighting Anderson away. Now drops him in that massive, very European uppercut out of nowhere. Sheamus flattens Gallows. This is the chance here for Cesaro to get the pin. It's only for a 2 though. Sheamus there with the Irish Curse backbreaker. As Cesaro now taking Anderson up, looking for a powerbomb, but Anderson fighting free. Anderson with this single-legged drop kick. And then Anderson able to turn it around for Gallows to get the pin. Anderson running powerbomb as Gallows only gets the 2 count on Sheamus. Sheamus there with a bro kick on Gallows. That's massive. There's the pin. Ooh. Both guys went for a pin at the same time, and the referee prioritised Anderson for some reason. But either way, both pins broke straight away. Anderson now getting around the back of Sheamus into that backbreaker as Luke Gallows finally making his way back up to his feet. After literally getting his head knocked off. Cesaro now stalking Gallows, catching the legs. Folds him around into the sharpshooter. But straight away, Cesaro knew no point in keeping it on because we're just going to suffer a bang to the side of the head from Carl Anderson, wasn't he? So he had to break it and try and deal with Anderson first. There's a pin by Cesaro, and there is the 3 count. And you know what? I feel like after what I said about this match not being the be-all end-all, I think it should be, you know. I think that Sheamus and Cesaro may have just earned themselves this opportunity. I think the club lost at Ascension. Tama Tonga and Tangaroa lost to the club. So, Sheamus and Cesaro just beat the club. Sheamus and Cesaro, for me, are the obvious #1 contenders here, and I think we should do it. Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Young Bucks at Shabby Mania for the Octane Tag Team Championship sounds like an absolute insane match. A match that I really would like to see, and a match that I think we're going to get a chance to see at Shabby Mania. Maybe go for some sort of gimmick, maybe a table match, maybe a tag team ladder match. I don't know. We'll have to figure something out. I'd like to make Shabby Mania very, very interesting. Maybe some gimmick matches might just do that. And here is our next match of the evening as Mike Kanellis takes on Tetsuya Naito. Of course, Naito has that big match against Aleister Black at Shabby Mania, but can he build the momentum here this evening against, of course, Mike Bennett or Mike Kanellis? Not seen much of Mike Kanellis. He has made a return now, of course. He turned up at the greatest Rumble ever, didn't he, and got absolutely just destroyed. Did he get moved as part of the draft as well? I can't remember. I'm going to search this now. Mike Bennett. I think he might have got moved as part of the draft. Yeah, he's on Raw. WWE's Instagram announced on April the 6th that Kanellis will be joining the Raw brand. This was later confirmed on their official website. Kanellis made his first in-ring appearance as a Raw superstar at the greatest Rumble ever. Entering at number 6 will be eliminated by Mark Henry in 2.49 seconds. Shocking, really. He's a poor guy. He is very, very good. Very, very good. And I don't understand why... he's been treated like this, to be honest. I know he didn't make the best first impression when joining WWE, did he? He was... He turned up, he had let himself go, because he knew he was coming for a few months. He let himself go a bit on the couch a few months before joining, and it went down not very well with WWE. So, yeah, I don't know, it's maybe he's still living from that, of course. Then he went off with an issue with, was it pills? Was it painkillers, I think it was? So again, might have gone down badly with WWE, but now he's made his return. He's got himself clean, and you've got to respect the man for that. He's done very, very well, actually. To get over an addiction like that is not an easy thing to do, and that's exactly what he's done. And I feel like they should maybe utilise him as a role model to other people. And it's probably not a bad idea. It's like I said with Paige before. Although she can't be involved anymore, and although she's made the mistakes she's made in the past, having her around is actually a really good idea, because she can help other people not get in the same situation of stupid ideas that she had. In fairness, I think that makes more sense. So yeah, it's one of those sort of ones. Having Mike Bennett around, he might be able to help other wrestlers that are in his own situation, wrestlers that have come addicted. It's easy to get addicted to painkillers, I believe. I've never been addicted to painkillers myself, don't get me wrong, but as far as I'm aware, it is quite an easy thing to do, because people don't realise just how addictive that sort of thing can be, and especially when you're a wrestler and your body's being beaten up every single night of the week and you're in lots of pain. Popping painkillers is sometimes one of the easiest things to do to break it. But there you go. That is my stance on drugs there for you. It is what it is. So, Mike Kanellis versus Tetsuya Naito. This, again, should be a very, very good match. I'm looking forward to this one. Referee rings the bell. We are underway. Kanellis now with a backdrop, folding Naito in half. Naito now getting around the back of Kanellis, wrenching back at the arm. Nice little bit of chain wrestling to start the day off. And I wonder what sort of impact the two people at ringside are going to have. We saw Evil earlier on out here for Bushi, and that didn't go too well for Bushi, to be honest. If anything, Evil actually distracted the referee while Bushi was trying to get the win Not on purpose, obviously, purely accidental, but it was an issue. Nice elbow drop there by Naito. Naito now bringing Bennett back up to his feet, but Bennett was playing possum. Caught Naito unaware. Naito catching Bennett. And this is a match that Naito will not want to lose. Knowing he's got that massive match at Shabby Mania against Aleister Black, he wants to make sure that he is 100% and full of momentum going into that one. Naito now bringing Bennett back up to his feet and dropping him with a backdrop, but with the arm hooked behind the back, which makes it even more painful. Naito now with Bennett up on his shoulders, dropping him neck first across that top rope. There's the pin, one. Only a 1 count. And Maria distracted Naito, doing what she does best. Bennett went for the backdrop. Naito flipped out of it, and Naito now sending Bennett into the corner. Naito looking to drop some Lucha Libre Tornado DDT, and there's a chair been thrown in the ring there by Maria Kanellis as well. She's really trying her hardest to help her husband get a victory here. She knows how important this is. He's been a sort of a bit part player so far in this universe mode. Not really been given a lot of opportunities, and when he does get an opportunity like this, he needs to prove how good he is. But he might not get the opportunity as Tetsuya Naito stalking Bennett into that reverse DDT. Bennett is down. Naito with a pin. But Maria distracting the referee, who was throwing the chair out the ring. And it looks like LIG getting a taste of their own medicine here. It's normally them who are really causing the problems, isn't it? I think the referee's just ejected Maria. He has. The referee's ejected Maria Kanellis from ringside. She can no longer help her husband out here, but has she done enough to swing the match in his direction at the moment? Mike Bennett is back in control of this one. Nice stiff clothesline, taking Naito down and bringing him back up to his feet, and then taking him straight back down again. Again bringing him back up to his feet, and again taking him down. Bennett bringing Naito back up. There's the snapmare, and now hooking the arms and pressing the knee into the spine of Tetsuya Naito. That, again, is not a very comfortable position to be in. Not very comfortable at all. Naito back up on his feet. But Bennett reverses it, sending Naito into the ropes, with Naito fighting back. There's a boot in the gut, and so much back and forth in this one, but it's Bennett with a backdrop. Jawbreaker there by Naito on Bennett. Into a running forearm. Lovely. Bennett looks down and out here, but Naito, instead of going for the pin, is really just trying to G the crowd up. The crowd have really begun a vast hatred for Naito since this feud with Aleister Black, the good old fan favourite Aleister Black. Naito, though, sending Bennett into the corner. Bennett fighting back with a clubbing blow against the back, but Naito fighting back again himself. Another stiff forearm by Bennett. Naito slips out the back into a backdrop on Bennett. Naito now stalking the grounded Bennett. What does he have planned? Into the tornado reverse DDT. Bennett's down. No Maria to save him this time. For the 1, the 2, and the 3 count. Tetsuya Naito does build up that all-important momentum moving forward to Shabby Mania for that big match against Aleister Black. Wow, what a match that was. Pretty good, actually. Enjoyed that. I did enjoy that. just the influence of Maria. Then Maria obviously being banned from ringside, kicked out by the referee. That was straight after this. She'd thrown a chair in the ring and then blocked the referee off from making this count as well. Referee not happy with Maria's interference, and of course ejected her at this point in time. She was no longer able to interfere in the match at all. And then Naito did well. It was still a little bit iffy from that point, to be honest. It still could have gone either way, but then Naito hitting that second reverse tornado DDT in for the 3 count. And Naito is victorious here, but I'm sure Aleister Black is sat backstage watching, analysing, and ready to take down Naito at Shabby Mania. But Naito is looking incredibly confident. He's completely confident in his own ability. And here is our next match of the evening. Now, we've seen several women be added to the top stables in SWE. And now it is time for the Elite. And this is the lady they have picked to represent them. It is going to be Bayley, believe it or not. Now, I might surprise a few people, but attire-wise, she's spot on, isn't she, really? She's got the tassels going. She fits in with the Young Bucks straight away. But Bayley is going to be the female representative for the Elite. I'm going to get some hate for this, aren't I? I know I am, but there you go. What's done is done. I can't change it now. I just felt she fits it a bit better. She's optimistic. She's happy-go-lucky. She's you know, she's covered in tassels. She fits it perfectly. You know, I couldn't think of many of the women that did, to be honest. But now we have 4 women then, all representing the individual stables. We've got Bayley here from the Elite. We have got, who we're going to see in action right now as well, Bayley. We have got alpha female Jazzy Gabert, the women's champion, representing the club. We have got Becky Lynch representing Balor Club. And of course, we have got Asuka representing Bullet Club. Now, Asuka representing Bullet Club obviously had a victory 1-on-1 against the women's champion Jazzy Gabert last week, which is very, very interesting actually. But like I said, Regal is currently looking at options at Shabby Mania for the women's championship. But I feel like with the 4 women and the 4 different brands, it might have just forced his hand a little bit, to be truthful. Why not? Why not force his hand a little? Spice it up a bit. And Summer Rae getting a really, really, really rare appearance here in SWE. I don't think she's not even part of the Octane roster normally, but we give her a chance, see what she can do. She'll be taking on Bayley, though, who, like I said, has just joined the Elite stable, so she's going to be wanting to prove herself straight away. The Young Bucks out ringside for a bit of moral support. Bayley straight away, the neck breaker on Summer Rae. And don't forget, we've still got 2 more matches coming up for you here this evening. After this one, we are going to see Tommaso Ciampa versus Apollo Crews. And then that big main event that I teased earlier on. Kenny Omega and Finn Balor take on AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes in a Tornado Tag Team match. It's going to be good. Going to be real good. And Summer Rae here is actually doing pretty well. Better than I expected, to be honest. Nice Hurricanrana there by Bayley, taking Summer Rae down. Now sending it into the ropes as well. Bayley once again bringing Summer back up to her feet. Nice jawbreaker. Bayley, oh, gets a boot in the face by Summer Rae. Nice dragon screw there by Bayley on Summer Rae, now into an elbow drop as well. Bayley heading up top into a big back senton. And Bayley milking this a little bit. You know, I don't think she needs to be doing this much, to be honest with you. Oh, look at that. Suplex into the turnbuckle. Now Bayley really in control, dropping the knee in the face of Summer Rae as well. Stamping on the arm now. Dropping an elbow into the spine. And Summer Rae fighting back with the arm breaker. Nice knee in the gut by Summer Rae and just taunting away at Bayley. And Bayley may have taken a bit too long here. Oh, I'll take it back. High angle backdrop, dropping Summer Rae in the back of her head. Now Bayley heading up top. Oh, she's going for something big. The big Macho Man Randy Savage style elbow into the pin now on Summer Rae. 1, 2, and 3. And Bayley picks the victory in her first night as a member of the Elite. Interesting addition to the Elite, like I said, Bayley. But either way, it seems to have worked out so far. Like I said, William Regal is working on current plans for Shabby Mania for both the Women's and the Junior Heavyweight Championships. And I feel like with Bayley aligning herself with one of these big stables, may have just found herself a way into that big match as well. So Bayley victorious. The Young Bucks very happy. Although they're just staring at each other at the moment. Nothing else major going on, is there? I don't know why they're just staring at each other for. They are staring at each other out the whole way through. Oh well. Shit happens. And here is our next match of the evening. It is going to be Tommaso Ciampa taking on Apollo Crews. And Tommaso Ciampa's been on a pretty good run so far. Pretty good run throughout this Universe mode. Had some good victories. Not had a perfect time. He's lost a match here and there, but he's really showcased some incredible ability. And I feel like, again, he's a man who will get used in a lot of different Universe modes because of just his adaptability, basically. He is very adaptable, isn't he? Good old adaptable Ciampa. And this should be another interesting match. We might have seen this match already once, haven't we, in this Universe mode? I feel like it might have happened before. So Ciampa actually lost to Evil a couple of weeks back. What else has Ciampa done? Ciampa beat Pete Dunne in week number 2. Okay, so we've seen him in the first month. In the second month, Ciampa wasn't really involved very much in the second month, was he? I'll take it back. We haven't seen Ciampa as much as I thought we had. Then maybe not. I thought we had. Oh yeah, we did see Apollo Crews versus Ciampa last month, and Apollo Crews got the victory, which gave him another opportunity at a match, didn't it? Later on, where he lost it to Sanada. So it's been a pretty up and down Universe mode for both these guys. I'm a big fan of Apollo Crews. I say I've met the guy before, and he is one of the nicest men you can meet, to be honest with you. He's very cool, very laid back, and very happy to talk to the fans. Also, fucking huge. I know we watch these guys on TV and that sort of stuff, and when you actually see them in real life, they're fucking massive. Absolutely fucking massive. It's crazy how massive they are. But there you go. I'm sure that's obvious to a lot of people, right? But these people are big. That's the whole point of them. That's why Vince gets off looking at them. Anyways. Apollo Crews versus Tommaso Ciampa for the second time in this Universe mode. It was Ciampa who won the first one. That's Crews now. Wow. Getting taken down by Ciampa, who rolls Cruz straight into that neck breaker. Is Ciampa going to squash Cruz here? Looks like it, the way he's started things off, doesn't it? Ciampa is really going for it here. Oh, slamming Cruz into the knee. Only a 1 count. Cruz is still going, but he suffered a hell of a beating early on. Ciampa sending Cruz off the rope and trying to shoulder block him, but Cruz is a much bigger man. That was never really going to work, was it? Let's face it. Cruz now using the leverage off the ropes to drop a knee right in the face of Tommaso Ciampa. Cruz brings Ciampa back up to his feet and stiff right hand. Nice shoulder block taking Ciampa down. Cruz now springboard elbow. Lovely jubbly. Ciampa though taking Cruz down. Ciampa, nice clothesline. Ciampa springing Cruz back. Nice chop straight across the chest. And Cruz in firm control. I think I said this before, but one of the first matches I ever saw Apollo Cruz in was a match for Combat Zone Wrestling, and he actually sustained a pretty bad injury in that match, to be honest with you. Which was a massive shame. But he's a cracking wrestler. Absolutely fantastic. And I feel like aligning in with what they've done now with Titus O'Neil and so forth probably was the best idea. Because it just means that he's a lot more... there's a lot more to him now. He really struggled without the mouthpiece, and now he's got his mouthpiece in Titus O'Neil, who's probably the opposite, isn't he? He's very good in the ring, but maybe not necessarily as good. Sorry, he's very good on the mic, but maybe not as good in the ring. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I meant. You know what I bloody meant. Apollo Cruz rolls out the way of Ciampa, but Ciampa catching him. Ciampa now bringing Cruz back up to his feet, looking for that German suplex, and hits it. Ciampa bringing Cruz back up, but Cruz fighting back, big knee in the gut of Ciampa. Ciampa able to avoid the drop kick and then caught Cruz with a slap, but then Cruz catching the leg. Cruz, oh, it's like a crossroads there. That was pretty good. That was really good actually by Apollo Cruz. Cruz, nice reverse suplex on Tommaso Ciampa. Now taking Ciampa up on his shoulder. Nice, dropping him face first across that top turnbuckle. Nice backdrop by Tommaso Ciampa, just folding Cruz in half. A boot in the back of the leg. Ciampa now. There he goes into the submission, wrenches back the arm, and he's got it locked in. Is that going to be enough to make Apollo Cruz tap out in this one? Cruz needs to think about living to fight another day here. You get a lot of damage on this arm if he doesn't tap out, but he doesn't tap out and he survives it. But now, for some reason, Tommaso Ciampa's reverted just to staring at Apollo Cruz now, which is the best bet. Ciampa once again, oh, this time taking Cruz up, looking for the Project Ciampa. Wow, the powerbomb into the backbreaker, double knees. There's the pin. 1, 2, and 3. And Tommaso Ciampa comes out victorious in this match against Apollo Crews. And that makes them 1-1, technically, of the last few months, doesn't it? That's interesting. That is... You know what? You know what? I'm gonna do this, right? I'm gonna make a match at Shabby Mania. Well, Tommaso Ciampa might help me out here with building it up. I'm gonna make a match for Shabby Mania. I'm gonna make Tommaso Ciampa versus Apollo Crews best 2 out of 3. Why not? I like that. These two guys have been going at it pretty well so far in this universe mode. Best 2 out of 3 falls at Shabby Mania. Let's do it. Oh, just threw my pen at the microphone for no apparent reason. Main event time. And here is our main event then, as promised. Finn Balor and Kenny Omega take on AJ Styles and Cody Rhodes in a Tornado Tag Team match. So like I said, this one is just encompassing 2 of the big matches we are going to see at Shabby Mania. Finn Balor versus Cody Rhodes for the Octane Championship. Kenny Omega versus AJ Styles, grudge match style. Well, it looks like Kenny's reverted back to rocking one of his old hoodies here. What if he realises he's rocking the whole... Well, just ignore that. Just if everyone can just put their hand over that part of the screen for now while the entrance happens, that'd be great. I decided to use a different attire for a change, and I didn't realise that it had this entrance. Because when you look at the attires on the screen, it only shows you the ring attire. Oh, fucking hell, I don't know. I've had too much to drink to care about this at this point in time. Too much to drink now to care about it. There you go. Tis what it is. And what it is not great. Anyway, let's just skip the rest of this. Let's just ignore the fact that happened. Let's just ignore it. But his tag team partner, Finn Balor. Good old Finn Balor. Finn Balor gets an opportunity at Shabby Mania to fight for the Octane Championship. That's going to be massive, that is. I'm really looking forward to that one. And I don't think Finn has ever held main event gold in SWE. I think the only belt he's ever held, I believe, was the television title over on Mayhem for a short period of time. Apart from that, Finn Balor yet to hold, like I said, major gold at this point in time. But I'm sure he will be more than confident that he's going to walk out of Octane with that championship. And why not? Why wouldn't you be confident? Then again, Cody so far has defeated Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and Cody Rhodes. He's defeated Finn Balor, AJ Styles, and Kenny Omega in a fatal 4-way elimination match. But then he's also gone on and defeated Kenny Omega one-on-one clean as well. So Cody so far has been very good in this universe mode. Now, I'm not saying it's a surprise. It's not a surprise. Cody, we know, is a fantastic wrestler, but just the likes of Kenny Omega, I thought might just be a little bit too much for Cody, but evidently I was wrong. And I feel like Finn Balor has got a very good chance at Shabby Mania. But again, you know what? I felt that way, but to be honest, I'm thinking now that I might be completely wrong. I might be really, really wrong. If Cody beat Kenny Omega, and it wasn't like a difficult match for him, and to be honest, it wasn't like an easy match, don't get me wrong, but it was a match that he won quite clearly. Does Finn Balor have enough to take Kenny Omega down? That's going to be the question. Why not? And here then comes the phenomenal one himself, Mr. AJ Styles. As we found out last week, AJ Styles wants a piece of Kenny Omega one-on-one at Shabby Mania, wants to get his retribution for Kenny forcefully removing him from Bullet Club years ago before he joined WWE. And AJ now going to get that opportunity at Shabby Mania to do so. Two massive matches in it. AJ Styles versus Kenny Omega. Finn Balor versus Cody Rhodes. Sheamus and Cesaro versus the Young Bucks for the Tag Team Championships. Adam Cole versus Marty Scurll for the European Championship. Tetsuya Naito versus Aleister Black in a last man standing match. Tommaso Ciampa versus Apollo Crews in a best 2 out of 3 falls match. It's going to be a cracking pay-per-view, and we still know that William Regal's working on a women's championship match and a junior heavyweight championship match as well. So we could have some really interesting stuff going on at Shabby Mania. Shabby Mania, fuck yeah. Dibba-doo-doo-dibba-doo-doo-doo. I haven't seen Team America in years. What a dodgy film that is. Really dodgy. And here then comes AJ Styles' tag team partner for the evening. Now the interesting thing in this one is going to be how well these guys can sort of work together. Because we know even though these two guys are not in the match at Shabby Mania, there's still going to be some aggression between them. I mean, Cody's the man who took what everyone wanted, the leadership of Bullet Club. And although some of them have said since that they felt the leadership Bullet Club wasn't as good as what they originally thought it was, you still know they're all pretty mad about not getting it themselves. So a lot of people can't be too happy with Cody, but AJ Styles is going to have to work with Cody. He has to work with him, because to be honest, if he doesn't work with him, he could be in trouble. And that's going to be the key to winning this match. It's not going to be down to how good you are as a singles competitor. It's going to be how well you can work together as a team, because that's how these sort of matches go, I'm afraid. Tag team match, you can't really go 2-on-1 against the other team because they're so strong, these teams. The 2-on-1's just not going to work for you. But hey-ho. As we look to get ready in this one, Finn Balor and Kenny Omega versus Cody Rhodes and AJ Styles, and straight away they've gone for alternative. They're not gone for their opponents at Shabby Mania here though. You see Cody going after Omega, Finn and AJ going after it as well. Which is a match we've seen. We've seen both these matches in the previous universe modes. Well, we've seen both these matches in this universe mode as well. Of course, Kenny versus Cody, like we said, happened at Shabby Mania. And then we've also got AJ versus Finn, which happened just before Ascension, I believe. And at the moment, it's looking like the team of Cody and AJ are in control. But again, the good old commentator's curse caught me out. Nice DDT there by Cody, who heads up to the middle rope and drops an elbow straight to the heart of Omega, and a big splash to the back there by AJ Styles on Finn Balor as well. AJ now looking for that underhook brainbuster, a maneuver used by quite a lot of the leaders of Bullet Club. Cody with a pin here on Kenny Omega, in there for a 1 count. Finn, nice gut buster there on AJ Styles. Again, the match. Whoa, what the hell was that by Omega? That was a nice little glitch there. Indian Deathlock locked in by Cody. And Finn is able to get there to break it up just in time. Finn now taking AJ Styles up into a powerbomb sit out as well. Oh, nice. Cody catching Omega as he went for that Hurricanrana. Nice takedown there by Finn on Kenny Omega. Now AJ taking Finn Balor down. I'm really losing track here. Just so much action going on, it's difficult to keep track of what's going on, to be honest with you. Nice right hand there by Cody, now into a crossroads. Well, if AJ can take Finn out here, then Cody might just have this one. He does. Wow, that was a short bloody match as well. That was a really short match, and Cody Rhodes gets the pinfall over Kenny Omega and AJ Styles, and Cody Rhodes gets the win. Cody has actually been incredibly impressive in this universe mode. No offense, again, I hate to sound surprised all the time, but Cody for me was a man who I thought was going to do well, but not maybe as well as he's done. He's literally won all the big matches. I don't think Cody's lost a single match so far in this universe mode. He's won everything. And he goes into that match at Shabby Mania then against Finn Balor for the Octane Championship. Will he win everything for the entire 3 months? Or will Finn be able to take that Octane Championship away from him at the very final hurdle in this SWE Octane universe mode? But that was the crossroads. You see AJ the boot in the face of Finn, and then catching him there with that double, well, it's a diving forearm, wasn't it? But the damage had been done by Cody on Omega. Victory, and Cody offering a handshake there by AJ Styles. I don't think there's a lot behind that, to be honest. I think the handshake was down to the win. I don't think there's any sort of alliance here between these two at all. No love lost at all. Cody might be trying his luck to try and get AJ Styles and the club on side, but I just don't think that's going to happen somehow. Right, guys, that's the end of this episode. I hope you have enjoyed it. Of course, if you have, then please do hit a like, and of course subscribe if you want to see some more. Like I said, this week we will be having a midweek episode, which should be up on Wednesday, and that will mean that Saturday and Sunday this next weekend coming will be Shabby Mania, so keep an eye out for that. I've been Shabby Gamer, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you very, very soon on Wednesday for our next episode of SWE Octane. Bye.